This is Hannah from HIT Training. I'm going to be doing a short introduction into Excel and spreadsheets and formula today. So before we go on to task 2, I thought it would be a good idea that we go through this. So as you can see on the screen at the moment, we've got an Excel spreadsheet, which is from another past paper in front of us. And I'm going to be teaching you how to enter formula into that sheet to work out certain calculations. So as you may or may not already be aware, that Excel spreadsheets are used for a variety of different reasons for businesses. Generally for spreadsheets to do with stock, accounting, you name it, it's used a lot. So as part of your ICT exam, you will be expected to demonstrate that you can work your way around an Excel spreadsheet and enter formula, and also create graphs as well. So in this video, I'm going to go through how to work out formulas. So the first thing I'm going to draw your attention to again is, this is a protected spreadsheet, so we want to enable editing first of all. I'm just going to make the sheet a little easier to read. This is something that you'll be asked to do in your exam as well. If I was to highlight this corner button here, this highlights all the cells. And if I double click between A and B, what it does is just pushes across the spreadsheet so that we can see what is written in every single line. Okay, so a formula is basically when you enter something into a cell which works out a calculation for you. So you wouldn't have to calculate it or work it out yourself, it'll enter it for you. So I'm just going to give you an example. So for this cell here, if I want to subtract the number sold from the starting stock, this is a sale of books, then I would do the following. I would do C4 minus D4, which I can click on as well, and that will do exactly the same. Close the brackets, and the computer, press enter, and the computer has calculated that for me. So I'm going to draw your attention now to the variety of different signs that we use in a formula to work out different things. So if we were just going to add two numbers, for example, D4 and C6, we would just use the addition sign. Subtract, again, you would use the subtract sign. To multiply, you would use the star sign. And to divide, you would use a division sign or a slash. If we wanted to add more than one cell together, so we had a variety of different cells that we wanted to add, for example, these here, we would put the beginning cell, the end cell number in there, and we would use a colon. And by entering that colon, the computer would know to add all the cells in between those two numbers that you've put. So I'm going to talk you through an easier way of doing this now, but just bearing in mind that we need to remember these here. So I'm going to start off with a blank cell again. First thing I'm going to do is click which cell I want to add my formula in. And then I'm going to go along the top, along to the toolbar, and go to formulas. And then I'm going to find my insert function button, which is an F with a funny looking X next to it. And I'm going to click on that. And the only two you will ever use at level 1 will be sum or average. Of course, we want to work out a sum. We don't want to work out the average. So I click on sum, and then I'm going to press OK. Now the computer automatically thinks that we just want to add the numbers. It's just something that automatically comes up. So in here, the computer's worked out the right cells. Yes, it is C4, and it is D4 that we want to add. But we're going to change that colon there. I'll change it to a subtract sign there. Then we're going to go down and click OK. So as you can see, we've got the correct answer there. We click in the answer there and look at above here. It tells us what sum it used to work that out. So I need to do this for all these cells here, and it would be quite a long task to go and enter the formula in for each one. There must be an easier way, and there is. So if you go back to E4, have a look at this little box which is surrounding the 23. In the corner is a small square. If you click on that square using the left-hand button on your mouse and drag that down, the computer automatically fills the formula in for the rest of these cells as well. So if we click on the Wolf Princess 21, we'll be able to see that it says C6 minus D6. And it's automatically entered that formula for us. Okay, so now we want to work out what our income would be. So we worked out on the remaining stock, for example, that we had left over. Oh, sorry, we worked out the number sold and the price. We'll therefore be able to work out the income from each book. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to click in this cell. I'm going to go back to formulas at the top here, back to insert function. And yes, it's another sum that I want to look at. Okay, computer hasn't been so clever this time and it hasn't been able to work out what we need to do for that. So we need to work out the number sold. So D4, let's put D4 in there. And we want to multiply that with the price, which is F4. So I'm going to do a little star. I'm going to have to hold the shift button down and number 8 on my keyboard. And then I'm going to put F4. And then I'm going to go down and click OK. And there we go. That has worked out the number sold times by the price. Again, if I want to move the formula, I'm just going to drag the little box down from the corner of that one into the other cells. And there we go. I have my total income for each book. Now I'm going to work out the total income altogether. And this time, because I'm adding more than one cell, or more than 2 cells even, I'm going to have to use a colon to instruct my computer what to do. So I'm going to go down into total income. I'm going to go to formulas and insert function. Go to sum again. I'm going to check that that's right. So the computer very cleverly has worked out that I do want to add all those cells. So that's G4 colon down to G16. Well, actually it's G15. So I'm going to change that to G15. I'm going to press OK. As you can see, it has worked out my total income for me. So again, just to repeat, if we look back into that cell and the sum that was used from insert formula, we'll see that colon has been used between the starting point, G4, and the end cell, and the computer automatically knows to add all the cells between those two, G4 and G15. I hope this makes sense. Thank you very much.